The next 90 minutes will go a long way to deciding which side makes it. Exclusively live from Rugby Park, it's a clash of the Euro hopefuls, Kilmarnock against Hearts. Now, it's been heavy rain at Rugby Park over the last 2 hours, and would you believe it, although we're almost into May, the game was put under some threat. So referee Dougie MacDonald has been out, and after a couple of close and detailed inspections, the game, I'm glad to tell you, was given the go-ahead. And this is meant to be springtime in Scotland. I doubt it. Well, the chance to join Celtic, Rangers and Hibs in Europe is the incentive for Kilmarnock and Hearts between now and the end of the season. At the moment, it's advantage Killie as they sit 3 points ahead. But Hearts can do something about that tonight in a race that could go all the way to the very last day. Charlie Nicholas, first of all, conditions are obviously going to play a part tonight, are they not?
Yeah, I think they will. The sub-air drainage system, Jim, how does that work?
Oh, it's quite detailed.
You have to plug it in, do you?
Yeah, you have to plug it in, Charlie.
Well, hopefully that'll work. No, I think the problem will always be, you know, that when you come at this time of the year, very little grass in the pitch. I mean, Kilmarnock used to be the best pitch in the country for year after year, but in the last 2 or 3 years they've had to cut it up. And there's no doubt about it that tonight will play a role with the pitch being so heavy with water.
Who do you expect to get that UEFA Cup spot?
Well, I think for most of the season it's probably been deserved that Kilmarnock would probably get that. I mean, I think Craig Levein, since we had the winter shutdown, has came back, he's focused on Hearts, and he's basically said, you know, let's just concentrate on performance and the style and the pattern of play that we want to set out. And I think they've done that ever so well. I think he's done very well for such a young manager. But I think overall, although Kilmarnock have not really had a great year so far, I still feel that Kilmarnock are probably just merited it so far. But a win tonight for Killie, I think, would more or less clinch it.
Well, Charlie, let's look at their most recent performances. After, of course, the split, at the weekend, Killie had to go to Easter Road with Hibs in a cup final. Do you think Killie might have gone there and won?
I thought it was an opportunity for Kilmarnock. You know, I have been interested to see how Bobby would try and force the issue to get this 4th spot, because, as I said, the early part of the season, this was a good footballing side that Kilmarnock had. There's no doubt that the influence, I mean, Cocard, he's gradually got his way back into the team. We know he's technically gifted, he doesn't have pace to really be, you know, the main target man up front, but I think he's got good qualities. But they definitely have missed Ian Durrant. You know, he's recovering now from his operation, but there's no doubt that they've missed the passing influence of him. Andy McLaren, of course, made his breakthrough in the international during the week and did well when he came on.
That was fantastic for him, wasn't it?
It was, because, you know, I think he's made such a great recovery in his personal life to come through. He's earned a long-term contract at Kilmarnock. He's had a very good season. We've been saying time and time again he probably merits a Scotland call-up. He got that. But again, you know, Hibs are a good side. They've been very entertaining. They've gone off the boil for the moment. But Libra, who I've said since we've seen him in the live match at Celtic Park where he scored equaliser that night, I thought this guy has got a real chance. Probably just bedding him in now, maybe to get him ready for the cup final, I think, is Alec McLeish. But 2 good footballing sides. But I think an opportunity was there for Bobby to say, if we could have won at Easter Road, that would have convinced the team and the manager in particular, I think, you know, that they could have went on and got this 4th spot. But a bad miss in the end for Arpignon, who's come into the Hibs side. Looks aggressive enough, keen to do well in the Scottish League, but a bad miss. So
that one ends in a draw, and then of course the following night, Charlie, it was really party time, and this probably was hard for Hearts because obviously the emphasis was on party time for Celtic.
Well, it was, but I think again, like Kilmarnock at Hibs, I think Hearts had an opportunity. Now, we did see them play a different style. It was an awkward style for Celtic to break them down. But in saying that, you know, they had very little to offer going forward. Naomi, yet again, Jim, many times this season we said, in such a kind of fairly average team performance for Hearts. They have improved under the new coach, Craig Levein, but I think time and time again, Naomi, look at this. I mean, he's just been absolutely wonderful this season, and I think he's definitely been a top goalkeeper in the country.
He alone, Charlie, deserves to play European football next season, doesn't he, Naomi?
I think so, yeah, I think he would merit that. I think no one could deny him that. But I think they've still got a little bit of consistency to find Hearts to improve. Next season, I think they will improve. We don't know what kind of financial restraints are still at the club. Probably still a very tight budget. Poor defending, I have to say. I think it's Flogo who's caught out. Bad defending. Unlike them, I think their organisation has improved under Craig Levein. Hearts at the back, but good build-up play. Tommy Johnson and Henrik Larsson, heavily involved. Lovely unselfish pass and a lovely finish from Moravchik, who came on and done Celtic a turn. But it's all about Hearts tonight, and I think we'll get a decent performance tonight. I think both teams will go for it tonight.
If they tighten up at the back, Hearts, and put the emphasis on attack, they could get a win tonight at Rugby Park.
I think they're a bit more positive, Jim. Yeah, I think the system they played at Celtic showed that their balance, their organisation. I like the look of the midfield in particular. I like Severin, who we've just seen there. Cameron Minot can get forward and score goals. Defensively, they'll have to rely a lot on Presley tonight. We don't know if he's quite fully fit, but they'll rely on him. But if they're more positive, they could get something from it.
OK, Charlie. Well, Killie's point at Easter Road, as you saw, and that defeat for Hearts at Celtic Park, as you saw, mean the gap between the sides is 3 points with 4 games to play. A win for Hearts tonight would put them above Kilmarnock on goal difference. Now, Kilmarnock manager Bobby Williamson has spent most of this week in Poland in charge of the Scotland under-21 side, but he's back at the day job now, and here he is with David Tanner.
Bobby, you spent most of the week in Poland as standing under-21 manager with the national side. How did you find that?
Yeah, I'd just like to emphasise I was standing. I've got my job at Kilmarnock I've got to concentrate fully on. But it was a great experience. It was great to be part of it. You see how the SFA work, and as it's military precision, everything's done to the second, and they do it very, very well, and it was good to be part of it.
Now, while you were away, Jerry McCabe, your assistant, was in charge. What kind of condition, what kind of condition is the squad in? What have you found when you came back?
Yeah, they're fine. Thankfully, I don't take much notice of Jerry, and they're just concentrating on being as professional as properly as they usually are. And I'll get back on board yesterday, and they're looking good.
Your side is unchanged from last week. Does that mean you were happy with the draw with Hibs?
No, but I like to win the game. But they've done well enough to get an arse out, so they go out tonight, and hopefully they can go a step further and get the result that we need.
Now, you've been in the top 4 virtually all season. Is it unthinkable for you to miss out on a UEFA Cup spot this season?
It'd be hard to take. It's happened to us before. We were third all season, and St Johnstone's pipped us in the last day of the season. But as I said, hopefully we can do better this year and clinch that spot.
Do you feel as though if you beat Hearts tonight, you're there, you're in Europe?
It will certainly hold us in good stead. Make it very difficult for Hearts to overcome us, but it can be done. So we've just got to keep on playing away, try and get the game over tonight and get the result, and then look to the next one.
Now, it's raining very heavily here, and they've been watering the pitch. Is it playable? What's the thinking behind that?
Watering the pitch? I don't know what the thinking is about that, especially when it's already raining. But hopefully the park will be playable. I don't think there'll be any doubt of that.
Here's hoping. Bobby, thanks.
Cheers.
Well, he's been amused, so are we. Apparently they had been watering the pitch at Rugby Park, and of course it's been coming down from the heavens, but the game is on. It's on. We have a game tonight, thank goodness. Charlie, what about Andy McLaren? We mentioned him there. He came on as a sub in Poland and he did well, but what a turnaround in any footballer's career, because it's been well documented. Yeah. This fella had major problems, didn't he?
Of course he did. He had more than major problems. There was at one stage we didn't ever think he would come back to football again. Such were his problems, Jim, and I think people have to get in perspective that life comes first and then football, although we love it so much. You know, this kid came right through the ranks at Dundee United, was well brought up, well disciplined at that club. We know the discipline, the standards were set there. And he just drifted. He got to England, he just lost his way, and he's always been very, very talented. We've never known whether he was going to be a natural wide right man, or now he's went to Kilmarnock, he's played through the middle as a centre forward, he's played wide left, but bags of talent. He just needed a little convincing in the right road, and thankfully he did that. He came back, he was very positive, and he got the short-term contract that Bobby gave him. And I think it's remarkable, not only for Andy to come back and suddenly make his debut and coming off the bench during the week in Poland, but the fact that the manager, Bobby Williamson, probably looked at it as a bit of a risk, but it certainly paid its way.
And Charlie, McLaren, we hear, will play up front tonight with Christophe Cocard, the Frenchman, who's a player you like because this fella has talent. You admire the skill he has. He scored last week.
Yes, exactly, and it was a lovely goal. This guy can play. We've took a bit of convincing for him, because when the rough stuff comes, you know, Cocard tends to drift out to the wider positions. There is nothing wrong with that as long as he's taking part, and his contribution to the game is like this at Ibrox. And you know, the wider positions, he's good. He can take people on, he can beat people, but more than that, he's not got the pace. Andy McLaren's got a bit of pace to run in behind people, so I think the balance might be right. Kilmarnock have always had good strikers. McCoist, we know, has been there a couple of seasons, although a lot of injury problems. Paul Wright always scored bags of goals for them. Young Craig Dargo is injured. He's done very, very well for them. but Cocard, I think, has always been that type of gift that you look to link up play, little 1-2s, and there's no doubt that on his day, if he gets a lot of the ball, then he makes things happen.
So he is a key player for Killie tonight?
I think he's the biggest key that Kilmarnock can have tonight in terms of attacking. McLaren is more got more endeavour, but Cocard has got that little bit of quality that can win you matches.
Okay. So Kilmarnock against Hearts at Rugby Park tonight, and just to re-emphasise, it's very, very heavy underfoot there. It's been raining for the last couple of hours, and Charlie, as we said, it's bound to make a difference tonight. It's going to be tough on the players, isn't it? Will
be this time of the season with a lot of tired limbs, so I don't think there's any doubt that it'll play a part tonight. And I'm glad of that actually, Jim, because I think sometimes with the slippery conditions tonight, I think it'll make for more mistakes, and I think we'll get goals tonight.
And you're going for Kilmarnock or Hearts?
I'm going for a score draw tonight. I think the 3-point gap will stay. I think it will be 1-1.
1-1, Charlie. OK, Kilmarnock Hearts. It is still coming down in sheets, I'm afraid. That's the story of springtime in Scotland. Let's join Davy Provan and Ian Crocker.
Thank you, Jim. Well, these two teams have had a fair crack at Europe in recent years. Once you've had a taste, of course, you want a bit more. Who's going to get a bit more? We might be about to find out. Kilmarnock keep the side that drew at Hibs last week. Christophe Cocard, who scored in that game, continues up front with Craig Dargo suspended. The influential Ian Durant remains on the long-term casualty list, and sub-keeper Gordon Marshall tweaked a hamstring in training, so Colin Stewart takes his place on a bench that also includes Ali McCoist. Hearts make 3 changes from the side beaten at Celtic last week. Stefan Adam makes only his 3rd start of an injury-wrecked campaign, replacing Gary Wales. Thomas Flogel picked up an injury after scoring for Austria in midweek, and Kevin McKenna is only just back from international duty with Canada, so Grant Murray and Andy Webster come in. Webster, who turned 19 this week, makes his full debut after joining from Arbroath.
Well, Kilmarnock have changed their system recently, and they played for most of the season with a back 4, but this will be the 6th consecutive game that Bobby has started with a back 3. Indeed, the same back 3, Chris Innes, Kevin McGowne and Freddie Dindeleux, all have a very good physical presence about them. It's going to be interesting to see how they handle the Hearts front two, both of whom like to take it into feet, but both also are prepared to get themselves in behind and do the longer running, and that's going to be a decent contest tonight. Charlie already spoke about the midfield area and the loss of Ian Durant, and they certainly have missed them, but in his absence, I think Alan Mahood has come in and done a terrific job. He is the main playmaker for them now. Most of what Kilmarnock build goes through him. In the wide areas, he will try and get himself down the outside. MacPherson will do likewise on the other side. And I think what Hearts will do, if they're going to try and get Colin Cameron forward into the areas where he does his best work, if they're going to try and get him in behind their front two, Severin, I think, will tuck in here and make up a midfield 3 with Makel and Boyack, and Hearts will simply allow their 2 full-backs to look after Hay and MacPherson when they go forward. Further forward, it's not quite an orthodox striking partnership, because you wouldn't say that either Cocard or McLaren are out-and-out strikers. Cocard, as Charlie said, a very, very accomplished player, but has to get it into feet, doesn't really have the pace or the willingness at times to do the longer running and get himself in behind. At times doesn't defend well enough, but can do a trick and can open teams up. Andy McLaren we know all about, terrific enthusiasm, and he has the ability to match. And I have to say, I'm looking forward to seeing young Andy Webster for the first time tonight. We saw him at Celtic Park very briefly, but this will be a good test for him tonight.
I wonder who he's come to have a look at. Alan Kirbysley, the manager of Charlton, is amongst the crowd on a very wet Ayrshire evening. Can Kilmarnock move 6 points clear in the race for a Euro place, or will Hearts jump above them on goal difference? There are more questions than answers at the moment, but the answers are coming. I have to say the state of the pitch here is particularly bad tonight. It's been chucking it down for quite some time, and incredibly, as I sat here for about 20 minutes, around about 6 o'clock, they put the sprinklers on as well and watered the pitch, Davey.
Yeah, it was a bit unusual. I'm not sure that Bobby Williamson was particularly pleased about that, Ian, but the groundsman Gus Hollis always had the confidence that it would drain very quickly, and that has happened. There's still a bit of surface water, but it's certainly playable.
They've had a few problems with this pitch, mind you, for most of the season. Kilmarnock haven't been as strong as they might have been at home. Hearts haven't been as strong as they might have been away. Just 3 wins on their travels. The last one came over 4 months ago here at Rugby Park. Here they come, one at a time through one of the tightest tunnels you'll find in football. Scotland's last European spot is up for grabs, and Kilmarnock and Hearts are jostling for it on this Friday night. Unable to come down the tunnel together, it's that small. I could only just fit into it myself, in fact. Well, Andy McLaren's remarkable rehabilitation from a drink problem continued with the Scotland debut in midweek. He came on as a second-half sub in Poland. Stefan Adam hasn't so much played a bit part this season as a minute part. Injuries have meant he's managed only a handful of appearances, but on his last one, he scored twice in a 7-1 demolition of Dunfermline. Dougie MacDonald is the man in charge tonight. He had to carry out 1 or 2 inspections on this pitch, but past it playable. I think it was he actually who had to call off a game here when Inverness Cali Thistle came in the Scottish Cup. Craig Levein, a player of some note in his time at Hearts, and hoping to make a similar impact as manager. They've done pretty well since the turn of the year, and now find themselves just 3 points behind Kilmarnock in the race for the last UEFA Cup spot. And they have a much better goal difference too, so if Hearts win tonight, they will go above Kilmarnock and into that all-important 4th spot. It's effectively a UEFA Cup decider. 4th place in the league, good enough for that competition now that Celtic and Hibs have got to the Scottish Cup final. They, of course, heading for Europe via other routes already, so it's opened the door for one of these 2 to nip in as well. Not that Hearts would be too quick in acknowledging that their Edinburgh rivals have done them a bit of a favour reaching the Cup final. Hearts have won here this season, and Kilmarnock have won at Tynecastle, so we're not quite sure what to expect.
Yeah, I think Hearts have done well to close the gap in and get within touching distance, and a lot has been made of the chance tonight to go above Kilmarnock. But it's also a great chance for Kilmarnock to kill Hearts off, because were Kilmarnock to win tonight, I don't think there's enough time for Hearts to catch them.
Andy Webster making his full debut for Hearts today, just caught Cocard.
Yeah, caught him well late there, but that's the kind of service they have to get into Christophe Cocard. They really have to get it into his feet, because he's not the type of lad who's going to go in behind for you or run the channels for you.
Mahood. Gary Hay signed a new long-term deal not so long ago, and he's done well to shake off Cameron. Andy Webster met the cross though. Oh, and a mistake. Almost gave Kilmarnock a sniff of a goal.
That's a right good chance. And he knows it. He may have just taken a bobble, I don't know, but it was a good chance here because it opened up nicely for him on the edge of the box.
Bobby Williamson is the longest serving manager in the Scottish Premier League, and he might have been hoping that Christophe Cocard made a little bit more of that chance. Away by Kevin McGowne. Andy McLaren took a knock. especially, who did travel to Poland but didn't figure for Scotland because of that calf problem, which he sustained at Celtic last week. But he's on a bit of a roll as far as league appearances go. It's his 88th consecutive start in the league.
I think there's a maturity about him now, Ian, and we all remember him coming into the Rangers team as a youngster, but there's a real maturity about him now, playing arguably the best football of his career right now. Fair to say that although Rangers and Dundee United got a shift out of him, Hearts are getting the best of him.
Elvis, as they call him, takes footballers ages to work out these nicknames. Innes away towards MacPherson. Mahood. And it breaks kindly for Gus MacPherson again. And he was surely blocked by Austin McCann.
Maybe forcing not to get a yellow for this, because Gus MacPherson's on his way here. Austin McCann, it's just a blatant body check because he knows skin there down the outside.
Mahood. Ali Mitchell advancing, but that might be asking a little bit too much of him. He's been at Kilmarnock now for the best part of a decade. Kilmarnock have won more away games than home games this season, but I know Bobby Williamson doesn't like it when the likes of us go on about their home record. He thinks they've not done too badly here, actually, although 8 of their 12 defeats in the Scottish Premier League have come at home, and this place should be more of a fortress than that. Cocard grappling with the full debutant Webster, who only just celebrated his 90th birthday this week.
He's putting himself about already. He's already clattered Cocard earlier on, very tight there again down the line.
Craig Levein starting to bring in some of his own men, stamping his mark on the Hearts. Here's MacPherson, up towards McLaren. McLaren beating Makel to it. Mahood feeds Mitchell. MacPherson. This is promising for Kilmarnock. It's Mitchell's cross. And, oh, it was a tremendous shot from Calderon. And Antiniemi shows what he's about.
That's a fabulous save, arguably with his wrong arm here, Antiniemi, because it's his right hand he gets up to this. And Calderon couldn't have struck that any sweeter. It's a decent save. And Yemi, who for me, along with Nick Colgan, has been outstanding this season for the two Edinburgh sides, makes a save that really has become typical of him.
And he kept a clean sheet in midweek in a friendly for Finland in Hungary. And he really has been inspired this season. Tremendous stop from the Spaniard, Antonio Calderon, who will take the corner for Kilmarnock. Dougie McDonald just spotting. Oh, there's a ball on the pitch near the halfway line.
It's supposed to be.
Oh, but there's another one, second one. Calderon sends this one in. He promptly gets it straight back. And he's going to get a free kick for a foul by Boyer.
Good change of direction there from Calderon. Stephen Boyack just wrong-footed. And Hearts are going to have to defend this one right on top of the keeper.
Match of McGowne and Dindeleux will be in there as Calderon whips it in. It's away by Webster, I think, and Hearts do survive.
Webster did well to win it, Ian, because a lot of bodies in that goal mouth, a lot of blue and white jerseys trying to attack that, trying to get on the end of it. And the youngster did well to stand his ground and make the clearance.
Kilmarnock with just 2 wins in 11 league games in the year 2001. That's why Hearts have been able to close the gap. They've been on a decent run of form. Gus MacPherson. Austin McCann making his 10th appearance after joining in February from Airdrie. Up against his former Airdrie teammate in Calderon today. Mahood. Another free kick conceded by Makel for his challenge on the Spaniard Calderon.
Yeah, I think once again it's the footwork of Calderon. It's just too much here for Makel. Little flick there.
Calderon played for the likes of Mallorca and Seville in Spain. It is the Spaniard who takes the free kick. It's away by Severin. Now Stephen Poya. Cameron up towards Stefan Adam. But quickly across was Adam's fellow Frenchman, Dindeleux. Poya. Severin. Kilmarnock won 2-0 at Hearts in the first league meeting between the teams this season, but the Jambos won the next two, both by a 3-0 scoreline. Kirk, already a full Northern Ireland international. It just trickled away from Adam, who will relish the contest against Dindeleux. Up against him, I guess, in the French league. Away by Grant Murray, but he'll get the throw off McLaren. Second half substitute for Scotland in midweek in Poland. Just over 48 hours ago, in fact. Boyack. One positive note for Hearts is that they've only conceded 2 goals in their last 5 games. Kilmarnock have been known to be more than capable of keeping it tight in their time as well. Here's Cocard. Nicely down for Mitchell, who's going to have a go.
Oh, what a good move by Kilmarnock. Well constructed down the right-hand side. Cocard might have got a call here from Ali Mitchell. The layoff was terrific. Ali Mitchell's first touch was good, and that wasn't a bad effort either. Niemi scrambling across to his far post. But Kilmarnock of the two, moving the ball about more freely. I mean, a decent start here, and I really do think, Ian, the system now where Gus MacPherson and Gary Hay can take up a starting position that's far higher up the pitch is giving them far better width now.
Here's McCann. Calderon snapping away in there. And it will go back to Antti Niemi.
Well, Kilmarnock in almost complete control here, Ian, and they really have started the game briskly, and they obviously realise that should they win this, they are, if not quite home and dry for a UEFA Cup spot. They've got spots, they've certainly done the hard work.
Yes, victory for Bobby Williamson and co. Would put them 6 points ahead of Hearts with 3 to play. Cocard. Adam nicely onto Colin Cameron. Now it's 2 against 2 at the moment. Andy Kirk is ahead of him, and Adam is also on the scene again. Stefan Adam sends it across, but it drifts wide.
Well, Adam in at the beginning and the end of that move there, because it was Adam who sent Cameron away, made up the ground there to take the return pass. Well, I think he should either be looking to hit the target there or play either Cameron. Certainly Hearts had a body forward at the back post, probably Andy Kirk, but he really did neither. Good break though. First time really that Kilmarnock have been caught short at the back.
Adam making only his 3rd start of the season. Been bedeviled by injuries. No one was putting out of that challenge. Murray and Hay. Craig Levine's side under the cosh a little bit at Rugby Park. by Murray. Calderon. Severin steps in. It breaks for Alan Mahood. Once signed by Brian Clough for Nottingham Forest. Presley. Cameron away towards Grant Murray. Adam, here's Boyack. This is better from Hearts. McGowne losing out, and Kirk sends it across, and Innes had to poke that one behind.
Yeah, he did well to make room for the cross here. Just made half a yard on Kevin McGowne, Andy Kirk, but Chris Innes squeezed the front post well. You see the mobility here of Andy Kirk. Half a yard, the ball's played in, and Innes did his job.
We're now finding Cameron, but out came MacPherson to sort it out. Fierce competitor, Gus MacPherson, got a rare goal recently against Dunfermline.
I think he's enjoying the position now that Kilmarnock have gone to a back three. He doesn't have to bother about getting himself round the back and covering his two central defenders. He can get himself up the pitch, and I think he's far happier playing from the middle forward, getting himself to the byline.
Niemi, probably passing it to Severin all along. Hearts are actually unbeaten in 3 visits here. Cameron's efforts to step in went unrewarded, and Kilmarnock are still hanging in there grimly. Hearts will settle for the throw off Mahood. Makel will get a free kick for that challenge by the Spaniard, Antonio Calderon, who for about 10 minutes before the game was chatting to his fellow countryman Juanjo of Hearts, who's on the bench today. They played against each other a few times in Spain. Presley away to Murray. Kirk chasing, but Freddie Dindeleux is there, and it's one way to deal with it. Very effectively, as it turned out. Now Calderon over the top for Andy McLaren. He's onside. We'll wait for support, and MacPherson's actually arriving. And it was away from its intended target, but once again, good stuff from Killie.
Yeah, good support from Gus MacPherson, but a terrific pass there from Calderon there in behind. Andy McLaren quick enough. By the time he gets there, I don't think the angle favours the shot on goal. He needs support provided by Gus MacPherson, who just couldn't get over it. You see McLaren just having a look up here, obviously got a shout from Gus MacPherson, who couldn't keep the shot down.
He did score a cracker against Dunfermline recently, but nothing doing for Gus that time. Innes. Webster. On by Cameron, then by Boyack. Now it's into the path of Murray. Boyack. Hearts struggling to get a grip in this game. Murray. Might be a handball, that.
I think McDonald wants a word here. Just acknowledgement there from Gary Hay. Again, fortunate, I think, not to see a yellow.
Severin calling for it. He's furthest away from Presley. Goes down the other side. jumping with McLaren. Dan is there. It all gets a little too crowded. Makel. Presley will be forced to go back to Antiniemi, who's kept 4 clean sheets in his last 7 games at club level. Doing a very decent job for Finland too at international level. MacPherson will be intercepted by McCann. Oh, MacPherson will beat Severin to it. Cocard to Mahood. MacPherson again. Offside flag up against Cocard. Hearts do have a better goal difference than Kilmarnock, but it won't be much use to them if they fall a long way behind in the race for a European place. Chance to have a crack at the UEFA Cup next season. These two teams were probably expected to be jostling for 3rd place really, but Hibs charged in and rightfully claim that position. Of course, they were 2nd for so long in the season as well. I'm sure the Hearts fans watching in the pubs in Edinburgh are really glad that I've just reminded them of how well Hibs have done this season. Well, there's 2 games tomorrow. 11:30 in the morning, Leeds United and Chelsea harbouring European hopes as well. That's on Sky Sports 1 and Sky Sports Extra. And then from 5:55, Bolton Wanderers hoping to catch Blackburn for an automatic promotion spot. They go tonight to Statland's Barnsley, and you can see that on Sky Sports 1. Sky Sports Scottish weekend starting in Kilmarnock and ending at Ibrox with the Old Firm game. The league season drawing to a close, but still 1 or 2 issues to be decided, including who's going to finish 4th. It's going to be one of these 2. McCann. McGowan's header. Mahood. Christophe Cocard, who scored against Hearts' Edinburgh rivals last week at Easter Road in a 1-1 draw. MacPherson lifting that one up. Presley misjudged it for a moment and surely handled it. Now the penalty is given. Stephen Presley.
Took a while to give it there, Ian. I think it's been given by the assistant because I think this happened on the blind side here of Dougie McDonald as it comes into the box. Surface doesn't do him any favours. Well, that's hardly conclusive, I have to say. That for me is chest. Might see it better from here. Well, I think he's unlucky, Stephen Presley. I'm not convinced Dougie McDonald was in the position to call it anyway, and I think he referred to his assistant there.
He looked across. Christophe Cocard. Oh, he's hit the post, and it doesn't quite go in. Back off Niemi, and maybe justice is done. Hearts, meantime, now bursting away at the other end with Stephen Boyack. His cross towards Stefan Adam. Oh, and it's nearly caught out. Colin Meldrum. So Christophe Cocard squanders the chance to give Kilmarnock a vital lead. He nearly got a spell of luck when it looked for a moment like it might bounce back in off Niemi. Stephen Presley will feel that the outcome was fair enough. So, a let-off for Hearts. Paul Wright, of course, who would have normally taken penalties for Killie.
Well, he looks so composed, Ian, and his technique is so good, you really would expect him to tuck it away. Niemi wrong-footed and had to react quickly there as it came off the post and onto his back. Well, for me, I think a bit of justice done, because I think the penalty was harsh at the least.
So it stays 0-0. Michael. Now Hay with a chance to spring away. Oh, mistake by Webster has let in Andy McLaren, and surely this time, what a save from Niemi.
That's a magnificent save. And we've seen him do this a few times this season here. The mistake here by Andy Webster, who must have thought he was going to be punished here. McLaren takes it onto his left side. And Niemi does so well here to spread himself, get across to his right-hand side and get his right glove onto it. And that's a save out the top draw, without a question.
Niemi adding to his considerable reputation, keeping Kilmarnock at bay. McLaren's corner, comfortably cleared, really. Kilmarnock will be kicking themselves at the moment. They've had two excellent chances to take the lead. They'll now get a free kick.
There are times in football, Liam, where you feel this is not going to be your night, and I've no doubt that's what's going through Bobby Williamson's mind right now. I feel he should be 2 up.
And it comes from Mahood. MacPherson could try again. Looked like it might have hit Severin's hand, but not much intent. Calderon trying to thread it through to Ali Mitchell, but Webster, who got away with that error, cleared. Presley calmly down to Murray. No goal so far at Rugby Park, but Kilmarnock will be feeling there should have been. Cameron, Lee Makel. He's done well, Makel. And he's threaded it through to Andy Kirk, but that's a disappointing finish from the young Northern Irishman.
That's a terrific run, though. Terrific angled run, but was it a penalty? That's the question. Dougie MacDonald, I think, on the blind side here. Stephen Presley, well, that for me is chest. And perhaps a bit of justice in the end there that Christophe Cocard knocked it off the right-hand post.
Guinness's throw. Makel. Boyack. Hearts, having survived those scares, looking to present a problem or two to Kilmarnock.
I think they've got to try and get this young man on the ball. He hasn't really been in the game at all, and if they do get him into the last third, he will deliver a good final ball, Stephen Boyack.
Adam, offside against Boyack. Stephen Boyack fell out of favour at Dundee. Craig Levine took charge of Hearts in December when Jim Jeffries and Billy Brown departed. Peter Houston, who was with Jim and Billy, still there with him. And Bobby Williamson hoping for another European adventure. He spent quite a part of this week in Poland in temporary charge of the under-21s because the usual coach Alex Smith had a bit of business to take care of in Paisley on Monday night with his Dundee United team at St Mirren. Makel slips it through to Andy Kirk, but the flag is up again.
That must have been tight there. Chris Innes caught on the wrong side of Andy Kirk, who's taking up some very good position at the moment. As the ball's played, I think he's level, and Chris Innes I don't think was going to make up the ground.
Kirk has scored 12 goals this season, and he got 2 of them in 4 minutes here in December in a 3-0 win for Hearts. Boyack has come across to this side. Foul by Chris Innes. On Severin.
Yeah, I would doubt if they're going to get the best out of Scott Severin, Ian, if he plays out here wide. I mean, certainly if they're to get Colin Cameron forward, he's probably going to have to tuck in a bit, and he's far more suited to the central role.
Stefan Adam turned it on. Mahood presented it straight to Cameron. Stephen Presley. Makel to Murray. Webster, a little more careful this time. McGowne wasn't quite so comfortable though. Approaching the half-hour mark at Rugby Park. No goals, but here's Lee Makel. It's opened up a little bit for him. Almost showed too much of it to Dindeleux, but Stefan Adam trying to get in. And Chris Innes just got a toe to that.
Yeah, it's a vital toe as well, Ian, because otherwise he was in behind there, Stefan Adam. Good piercing run here by Makel. Overruns it slightly, but it broke beautifully for Adam there, and Innes did well at full stretch.
Did you get yellow cards for that in your day? So Stefan Adam has to tread carefully. He's on a yellow card. Calderon with an up and under. And Hearts a bit troubled at the moment, and Gus MacPherson on his left foot goes very close.
Yeah, once again, Gus MacPherson gets himself forward. I think Antiniemi felt that young McCann was pushed here as the ball was up in the air. Cocard contesting, and that looks a push to me. Kilmarnock get the break with the advantage. Well, I think there's a nudge there. Gus MacPherson once again couldn't keep it down, but he's enjoying himself these days, getting himself into the box.
Severin won the header. So did MacPherson. On by Cocard. Not the best of touches from McLaren. Webster at full stretch. Calmly back by Murray. Although Niemi had a bit of ground to make up. Played it safe in the end. Murray. Foul on Kirk, and what will Hearts make of it? Boyack. Murray lifting it over. Andy Kirk trying to get in. Giving McGowne sending it into touch. Boyack. Makel, a good little dummy from him. Disappointing try, although it has been deflected in fact by Cameron. He's got a corner. Lee Makel will trudge across to take it. As Hearts look for a breakthrough. Stephen Pressley coming forward, scored on his league debut for Hearts in August 1998, but hasn't got one in the league for them since. Makel's corner to Andy Kirk. Makel rather hassled now, but he's got another corner. The rain has tailed off at Rugby Park. Lee Makel's corner. It's taken away from Pressley, and Kilmarnock looking to break away. McLaren. Calderon. Oh, he was just taken there by Stephen Boyack. And that will be a free kick, and maybe lucky to escape a card.
I think he's a victim of his own footwork at times, Ian, because once again he just skins Stephen Boyack, who's 10 minutes late by the time he makes the contact. Terrific turn again by the Spaniard.
Well, Stephen Boyack trying to lift him up as well, and the Kilmarnock fans weren't too impressed by that. Boyack felt that Calderon was making the most of it. The Spaniard making the most of it? Never. Kevin McGowne's free kick. Aaron in the crowd, and a free kick has been given against Kilmarnock.
Yeah, I think it's Chris Innes who wins a terrific knockdown here as the ball's played in the diagonal in between Presley and Grant Murray. It's a good knockdown. Well, they're both at it there, but it's Andy McLaren who's penalised. Innes up well though, did well, knocked it into a good area. And Hearts clawing their way back into the game, having much more of the ball now.
Innes attacking that one. Down chasing, but Kevin McGowne will just poke it out of play. Severin's taken a whack. Scored against Kilmarnock last month. Scott Severin at Tynecastle. 3-0 win. McCann's throw. Mitchell lost out to Stefan Adam. That's come off Severin. It'll be a throw to Kilmarnock. Mitchell took a bit of a sore one. Severin, Adam, into the path of Colin Cameron. But Ali Mitchell's going to scoop that one up. Mitchell being harried by Cameron. And Kilmarnock don't really clear it. Makel. First kick from Hay. Makel was clobbered by Mahood. Colin Cameron. Just went the wrong side of Andy Kirk, who was making the point. Stephen Boyack. Michael. Dindeleux, rather aimlessly into Hart's territory. Bit of a scrappy minute or so. Stefan Adam, he's run that out of play. Under pressure from Antonio Calderon.
They're finishing the half well, Louis. I think Craig Levein would have been disappointed at the way Hearts stood off Kilmarnock in the early stages of the match, but they're pressing the ball a lot better now. They're getting more of the ball, and Kirk in particular is taking up some great position at times.
Cameron helping that one on, but it's away by Dindeleux. Christophe Cocard hit the post from the penalty spot for Killie. A rather harsh penalty as far as Hearts were concerned, though. And the Emmy pulled off a great save from McLaren. Kilmarnock not taking their chances, but maybe the great one here. Although Webster's in front of Mitchell. Andy Webster celebrated his 19th birthday last Monday, the day after he made his Hearts debut, coming on as a sub at Celtic. First start for the Jambos tonight, and MacPherson's got a corner off Severin. Dindeleux has scored 3 goals this season, all headers. You'll fancy this sort of situation. Anthony Emmy being put under immediate pressure by McLaren. And it comes from Calderon, and Dindeleux nearly on the end of it. March scrambling away. March just bounced away from Calderon. Inside the final 5 minutes of the first half. Kilmarnock have only managed 1 win in their last 8 encounters with Hearts. But they've probably had the better of it so far. Before they come to rue those missed chances, though, and missed penalty in particular. Alan Mahood. And through to Christophe Cocard, who's onside but couldn't quite bring it under control. And that allowed McGowne to recover.
First touch let him down, Irene. Once again, he was in behind.
Cocard flicking it on, but Webster knocks up.
Suggestion of offside here. Hearts were looking for an offside, certainly. And as it's played, knocked Stephen Presley in the central position, playing him on there, and it's that touch there that punishes him. And Bobby Williamson, I think, will be a disappointed man in there. He'll feel that Kilmarnock should be at least one ahead here.
Here's Cocard. Mitchell. Cocard was looking for Gary Hay, but it was never going to reach him, really. Grant Murray. Now Stephen Boyack. Cameron arriving. Foul on Colin Cameron, in fact, will give Hearts a free kick. He won his 11th Scotland cap in Poland in midweek, but was subbed at half-time. Said that he wasn't too tired ahead of this crunch game for Hearts. Stephen Boyack delivers. Just nicked away from Adam by Innes. And MacPherson clears.
Yeah, Kilmarnock have been far more willing in front of goal, as that statistic would indicate, but haven't managed to make one count, and as I said just a few moments ago, that will disappoint Bobby Williamson, who I think would be reasonably happy with the way the side has played tonight. But this is a game, he's having a laugh, but this is certainly a game where he'd be quite happy to play badly as long as they won it.
He's all smiles at the moment. Quite a character. Free kick given against Kirk. Innes. Christophe Cocard losing out to Austin McCann, but it's Killie's throw. MacPherson. Cocard somehow managed to get that back to MacPherson, and that's a decent delivery too. Hay coming in on it, and Kilmarnock might have made more of that. Last minute of the first half. Mahood. Kevin McGowne. Put out by Boyack, just the 1 minute to be added on. Dindeleux. He spent most of his career with Lille in France. It's going into no man's land though, straight through to Niemi. The Finnish number one's huge kick. It's cleared by Innes. Now McLaren slipping it through with the intention of releasing Cocard, but Presley was there. Mahood. Mitchell. MacPherson pops up. Oh, a stray one from Andy McLaren. Scott Severin leading this Hearts charge, but doesn't get very far. McGowne made sure of that. Grant Murray. Stephen Boyack. Adam. It doesn't quite happen for Hearts. Really boggy over in that corner of the pitch, by the way, which is where one of these sprinklers was on for a very long time before kick-off. To go with the heavy rain, which has now ceased. It's half-time at Rugby Park. No goals, but Kilmarnock really should have been ahead. Although it was a rather harsh penalty shout against Stephen Presley, referee Doogie MacDonald looked across at his linesman, who gave it, but it did seem to hit him on the chest. Penalty given though, despite Presley's protests. Christophe Cocard hit the post, and maybe Hearts were due that little bit of fortune as it skipped back off Antti Niemi. So half-time in the Scottish Premier League, in the battle for a European place. It's Kilmarnock 0, it's Hearts 0.
That's all tomorrow. Meantime, tonight at Rugby Park, the two teams left battling it out for a UEFA Cup spot. Kilmarnock and Hearts, but it's goalless. It's 0-0. Hearts, well, they haven't had a shot on target yet. Just one booking so far. It was so innocuous it left everyone bewildered, including Stefan Adam, the so-called culprit. But it's been pretty even in that first half, but Bobby Williamson will probably be more frustrated that his side aren't in front. So 0-0 at Rugby Park. And Charlie, we thought the conditions would play a part, but it hasn't been that bad. They've served up a reasonable first half, haven't they?
No, I think it's fairly dried out. You know, I think the groundsman Gus, who was probably under pressure before kick-off tonight, it's been so dry. I think the pitch looks, there's very little grass on it. It's been ever so dry, and I think the wet conditions have actually helped it.
When you look back at that first half, Charlie, am I right? Do you think Williamson will be more frustrated that Kilmarnock haven't got their noses in front?
Maybe a little agitated, Jim, but I think he'll be the most pleased of the two managers because, to be fair, I think Kilmarnock have played the better stuff in terms of attacking areas. Now, I know the possession's been pretty similar, 50-50, and there's been some good stuff from both sides. Great shot from Calderon, and Naomi never lets us down, does he? Every time we get him in a live match, he doesn't always end up on the winning side.
And Calderon looks all right, Charlie, doesn't he?
He looks tasteful. A couple of the Hearts players have actually thought he was diving, but I don't see it. I think he's technically gifted. Stefan Adam gets away well from Chris Innes. The only thing I thought here is Innes is really struggling to get back. I thought Stefan Adam didn't look up, and because of that, it went into no man's land. But if you just look here, as Innes is struggling, I thought the little cut back inside, onto his right side, would have been more suitable for him. His experience and his talent, I think it should have been that way. Again, it's a lovely build-up. I have to say that I think this is incredibly harsh. This actually reminds me a little bit of a Monday Night Live game when we showed Ricky Gillis's winning goal. You know, I think it's an awkward angle, I know that, but I think it actually touches the chest before it touches a bit of the arm, and because of that, I don't think it was a penalty kick.
So was justice done here, do you think?
Justice is done, and I have to say yet again, Naomi does ever so well, doesn't he? It must be easy for a goalkeeper. He thinks he's beaten, he even sees it coming back off the post. You know, he'll know that obviously the ball's clattered against him, but he probably thinks, well, it's going to go back in and I'm unlucky again. But great reaction. Disappointment for Bobby's team because they have played well. I think going forward they've looked very, very good. This young lad I think is a good player. Lovely ball this. Defender's nightmare. Should have swept it up. But what a chance for McLaren. You know, Webster was really in control because the young lad he had to force the ball down there. Makes the error. That's partly because of the pitch and the conditions, but yet again the goalkeeper, absolutely wonder save. Keeps him in the game. And I think the midfield for Kilmarnock's been pretty good. Austin McCann here lets it bounce. Bad mistake. Defenders, you can never let it bounce. It does end up, Davy Provan was bang on. Cocard does eventually push him there. But McCann is taking a risk as a defender, letting it bounce. And Gus MacPherson just a little bit unlucky. Kilmarnock have been the better of the two sides. But I've enjoyed the first 45, I have to say.
Oh, those brave enough to venture out tonight have got themselves a bit of a game. They've got themselves a bit of a pie each. Looks tasty enough. The game's reasonable. It's goalless as yet. The second half after this. The Old Firm meet for the final time this season on Sunday. We'll be at Ibrox from 12 noon on Sky Sports 1 and Sky Sports Extra. And that's followed by the former Rangers manager Graham Souness and his Blackburn side continuing their promotion push at home to Portsmouth. And then from 6:30 on Sky Sports 1 it's Barcelona against Celta Vigo. Well, here at Rugby Park it's goalless, but we had one dubious penalty incident in the first half. Charlie, it involved Stephen Presley of Hearts, and we put that to rest. No penalty, or it shouldn't have been given.
No, I think it's went about his hat, he's hit his arm at all. It's chest onto arm. No penalty.
No penalty. He was raging quite rightly. Here's the second half. Let's rejoin Davy and Ian.
Thank you, Jim, and it's Kilmarnock who will start the second half. They hold the advantage at the moment in the race for a UEFA Cup place. They are holding full spot, and they are 3 points ahead of Hearts, but the Jambos have a better goal difference, so could jump above Killie this evening if they win. A point more suitable to the Ayrshire club, but still 3 games to go after this, and things could change.
Yeah, I watched the two sides back in December play here at Rugby Park, and the game had a similar pattern. Kilmarnock had a lot of the ball that day, but Hearts sucked them in and slaughtered them on the counter-attack. Andy Kirk, I think, got himself a brace that day. And that's the danger here again, that you know, Kilmarnock might have a lot of the ball, but with Kirk in particular up front, they're always likely to be caught.
Hearts could do with an away win in the Scottish Premier League. They haven't managed one since their success here in December. Presley. To touch by Freddie Dindeleux, who's been quite a discovery for Bobby Williamson, in fact. Very consistent and solid performer. Mitchell taking that one on, but it just spins away from him, and Stephen Pressley will send it back to Antiniemi. Not one of his better kicks. It's gone straight into touch. Gary Hay with the throw. And I think it's going to be one to Hearts now. It is. Kilmarnock seeking to improve their home record, which has not been great this season. Adam, Andy Kirk in the hunt, but Chris Innes well aware of the danger. Dindeleux having to hook that one into touch. Makel. Hearts have only managed 3 victories on their travels in the league this season. Only the bottom 2, St Mirren and Dundee United, have won fewer. Mahood looking to release MacPherson. He might just have done so as well.
I think that's where Kilmarnock did their best work in the first half, Ian, down the right side, principally through this man. Good little triangles, a lot of good movement down that side.
MacPherson and McLaren combining. Now Mahood. And too high, as it turned out, for Cocard and Hay. Touch off Calderon. Grant Murray called into action at right back because Thomas Flogel was injured playing for Austria in midweek. He scored in that game, in fact, Flogel, and also scored against Liechtenstein in their country. It's obviously lethal against Liechtenstein. Here's Kevin McGowne. Gary Hay. Antonio Calderon. McLaren making moves into the box, but it's cleared by Webster. It's definitely onto the chest of Stephen Pressley. Adam. And Dindeleux caught out of that. Stephen Boyack looking for Kirk in the middle. He's found him, and Andy Kirk has given Hearts a precious lead in the race for a place in Europe.
That's exactly what I was talking about, Ian, the sucker punch. And for me, it was always going to come from Andy Kirk. Good ball by Adam to release Boyack, a quick look up, the ball into the perfect area. Maybe a hint of offside there as it came in. But it's a terrific finish, head over the ball, made sure he kept it down. And it's a very decent delivery from Stephen Boyack. He just has to make sure he keeps his eye on it, head over the ball, and hopes that it doesn't take a boggle at the wrong moment. It didn't. And that's what I was saying, he lost his Emirates, exactly what happened to Kilmarnock.
Here's MacPherson, though, looking to hit back straight away, and once again, Antiniemi proves to be a formidable barrier in foiling MacPherson. Calderon. Going to go out of play, I think. It has done. It's a goal kick. Andy Kirk's 13th goal of the season, proving rather unlucky for Kilmarnock. But MacPherson so nearly hit back straight away. But it's going to take something special, it seems, to beat Antiniemi today. So Hearts ahead, and here's Lee Makel for them. Andy Kirk, in fact, scored 2 in 4 minutes when Hearts won here earlier in the season, and he's got trouble in store for Kilmarnock again. If Hearts win, remember, they move above Kilmarnock on goal difference. Free kick for Killie. Not sure the make of it was colliding. MacPherson, McLaren. Away by Grant Murray. Cameron. Oh, Alan Mahood has taken it off his toes and was then checked by Makel. Oh, and a bit of afters, which Dougie McDonald quickly sorts out.
Well, I think Hearts felt Alan Mahood was leading with his studs here as he robbed Colin Cameron just there, and he probably was, but it's certainly taken late there by Lee Makel, and there might have just been a stamp there on Mahood as well. Got to make the goalkeeper work here, have to get a shot on target.
Dougie McDonald just having a word with Cocard. Gary Hay and Andy McLaren and Gus MacPherson and Kevin McGowne were standing over the free kick.
Well, McGowne's got the power here. Cocard's probably got the craft.
It's going to be... Oh, a wonderful strike from Kevin McGowne! Sensational! And Kilmarnock hit back with a wonderful goal.
You won't see a better strike in anywhere. Just wonder about the positioning of the wall here as I look at it from behind the goal. But it's a lot of action on the ball, a lot of movement. I just wonder, looking at it from behind the goal, I just wonder if Antiniemi has lined that wall up properly. But I don't think it's more than Kilmarnock deserved. They've been well in the game.
Well, we said it, we need something good to beat the Emmy, and it was something good from Kevin McGowne. It's 1-1.
That's a terrific strike there. Probably gets it up over the ball, actually. I'm not convinced it was in the right place, though, and Antiniemi certainly wasn't getting there.
First league goal of the season for McGowne. He hasn't been involved as much as he has been in recent times. Andy McLaren just getting a bit of a ticking off. Oh, it's a free kick all the way back here. Just over 3 minutes between the two goals. What a strike from Kevin McGowne. Murray's throw. Fouled by Boyack and Calderon. Stephen Boyack's getting a bit marked with Calderon.
Yeah, just a nip there at the right angle there from Stephen Boyack. But Kilmarnock have responded exactly the way that Bobby Williamson would have hoped for.
Dindeleux sends it in towards Cocard. Gus MacPherson once again trying to nip in there. Kilmarnock have hauled themselves level with a glorious goal. Now they fancy taking the lead. MacPherson. Away by Webster, but it might come straight back at Hearts. McLaren trying to get in. McCann lets it run, but it's actually a corner. Oops. The Kilmarnock fans sensing that this could yet be their night, even though Hearts went in front, and even though they've missed a penalty. McGowne scored from a free kick. He's in there lurking once more, away by Presley. Back in by Gary Hay. And what a chance here! Oh, and it's been pushed just wide, has it? I think the Emmy might have got a touch.
Yeah, I'm sure he did, Ian. It's Stephen Presley who plays him on side here as the ball comes in. Sits up nicely for him, drives it into the ground. I think the Emmy did enough just with the fingertips there. Good flick on. Cocard thinks he's in. It's a terrific stop again.
And McLaren's corner is booted behind, and Kilmarnock are really putting the pressure on Anthony Emmy's goal. Anthony Emmy being watched by the Charlton manager, Alan Curbishley. Of course, he actually had a little loan spell at Charlton before he made his way to Hearts. I don't think he's watching him with any intention to buy. I'm sure there are others he's sussing out tonight. McLaren's corner. McGowne over there. Kilmarnock camped in the Hearts half. Cocard. Calderon. MacPherson looking to get his cross in, but it's snuffed out by Severin. Webster hoping that one's going to go behind. I think it did before it hit it. It did. Goal kick. That was poor from Murray. Hey. Mahood. Alan Mahood going on the rampage. McLaren turns it away to Gus MacPherson. Promising yet again for Kilmarnock. McLaren turns it across, but that'll be easy for the Emmy. He's had a busy few minutes. Kirk will get the free kick. Ceremoniously dumped on the ground. Makel. Here's McCann. He might have a go here, of sorts. Made by Kevin McGowne, scorer of Kilmarnock's goal. Fantastic free kick. Cocard rising for this one. Free kick given against the Frenchman though.
Yeah, end-to-end stuff now, Ian. It's anyone's game.
Almost two-thirds of the contest gone, and the two teams locked together at 1-1. Andy Kirk's effort, cancelled out by Kevin McGowan's free kick. Kilmarnock had a really good spell after that goal, but now Hearts hope to offer something themselves. Webster making his full debut. Signed from Arbroath for around £75,000. Bit of a nervous moment in the first half when he allowed McLaren in, but the Emmy bailed him out.
I think it's part of the learning curve, Ian. I think it'll take him some time to get used to not playing in the wind. Every time I've played at Arbroath, there's a hurricane up there.
That was your excuse anyway. McCann. Kilmarnock haven't really dealt effectively with that. But they do get the throw. Hay gives it back to Calderon. Not quite sure he wanted it there, mind you. He's presented it to Stephen Boyer. Makel. Across to McCann. McCann centre though, read by Dindeleux. Severin. Presley. Kirk loses out to Mitchell. Severin helping that on. A lively start to the second half, brought goals for each side. Fourth place in the Scottish Premier League up for grabs, and it now carries the UEFA Cup spot after Celtic and Hibs reached the Scottish Cup final. No, well, there's a very late flag there.
Yeah, second thoughts there by the assistant. Andy Kirk plays right on the edge of offside most of the time. As the ball's played there, well, it's Stephen Boyack offside as well when Adam plays his in, but that's the one fact, he's behind the ball there, so he's onside. And it's a good finish. He's taken up a lot of good positioning tonight, but there was no answer to this. I'm not convinced the wall did a good job there, but it was a terrific strike nevertheless by Kevin McGowne.
Well, Hearts have taken off Lee Makel and brought on Kevin McKenna, who actually played yesterday for Canada in Egypt. They were taking part in a 4-team tournament there. McKenna didn't start tonight as a result. He's only 21 years of age, might well be committing his future to Hearts. He's on loan from the German club Energie Cottbus. He was linked with Celtic earlier in the season. MacPherson's throw.
Well, again, they're dead level in terms of possession. They were towards the end of the first half as well, and it has been an evenly contested contest, and one I've thoroughly enjoyed, I have to say. And what Charlie said at half-time, he was enjoying it. I think it's been a good, feisty game of football.
MacPherson. It eventually does go in to where Kilmarnock could do some damage. And here's Calderon, right across the face of goal. And Cocard, I think it was, coming in, hit the post. It's still not away yet though. Calderon trying to force his way through, but McKenna in the way. Kilmarnock keep the pressure on them. He said that McCann should deal with that.
That's a terrific chance. A wonderful ball in here from Calderon. Gets himself wide, looks up, help yourself, he says, and Cocard just can't get there quickly enough. Eventually the angle does him no favours.
Nearly, but not quite for Christophe Cocard. Kilmarnock looking to get in again with Gary Hay, and Niemi has committed himself. And Hay sends it across, but there's nobody there for Kilmarnock, and Kevin McKenna knocks it over.
He did ever so well, Gary Hay. He's not favourite to get this. He's not going to give it up. Eventually he gets it, he's round Niemi, and he dinks a delightful little ball into the 6-yard box. Well, we've seen so much of Gus MacPherson tonight, but Gary Hay showing his willingness to get to the line as well.
Calderon's corner to the near post is cleared by Severin. He's going to get it back from MacPherson. Cameron's presence ensuring Hearts get a throw, but then well, they do manage to get it away, although not very far. And they wanted the cross a bit. MacPherson. And Gary Hay not giving this one up. But he'll let it go for the throw. Cocard is there with him. Calderon. Calderon in towards McLaren, but Liemi scrambled across.
Yeah, it wasn't picked up there, Andy McLaren. Found a lot of room. Once again, it's Calderon who plays the ball in. In fact, he's offside, I think, Andy McLaren, there as it comes in. Liemi got across anyway.
Adam, not the best of touches. Mitchell. Cocard. MacPherson. Up towards Andy McLaren, but McKenna is there. He's a pretty useful player, a Canadian international. Mahood. Lifting it through. Webster has to launch that one into the stand. Kilmarnock looking the more likely. Dan's pass has presented them with another throw. Justin McCann unable to get to that. It's taken by MacPherson. Calderon. By Innes, who's stayed up. Murray's clearance actually kicked back, and here's McLaren. Calderon. This could be a chance for Alan Mahood to hit it, then again maybe not. High feet from MacPherson.
Yeah, I think Hearts will be grateful for the opportunity to get themselves up the park, because Kilmarnock have backed them up onto the edge of their own 18-yard box. Late kick there by Austin McCann, as well as Gus McPherson's down.
Craig Levine was manager of Cowdenbeath for 3 years before the chance came to come to Hearts. He played for with some distinction. Severin did trickle through to Adam. McGowne will remember this night for a long time after his wonderful free kick. Chris Innes is floored.
Yeah, it's caught late there by Stefan Adam. I just wonder if Adam might be feeling the pace a little bit. He's spent a lot of this season trying to get back from injury.
Well, he's already on a yellow card as well, Stefan Adam. A rather innocuous one in the first half, so has to be a bit careful, but good to see him back in action after a really frustrating season with injuries. Mahood. Him and McLaren in the face, I think. Hearts are going to bring on Gary Wells in a moment. Maybe with the dam feeling the effects of not having played too many times this season, only his third start today. Here he is. He's not going to be around for much longer though. Gary Wells, like a dam, has missed most of the season through injury as well, broke his leg and dislocated an ankle towards the end of last season. That's a bit loose from McGowne. Colin Cameron now, and it might come through. Surely a chance for Hearts, but what a challenge from Innes.
Yeah, it all came from Kevin McGowne. Just a slack pass here, and all of a sudden Hearts are 3 against 2 on the left-hand side. Dindeleux does well to get across there, and another good recovery tackle gets Kilmarnock out of bother finally. Good tackle by Chris Innes, who got across.
Nick nearly in again, but Chris Innes decided otherwise. Stefan Dan was going to come off, but they'll be checking that Andy Kirk's okay. He stayed down for a while in the box. McLaren. Hey. And Cocard is in!
Again, that's a terrific chance, Ian, and this lad is good in the air. You'd expect him to tuck this away. Terrific ball there hung up for him at the back post, and he should be getting that down the way. Gary Hay plays it into the perfect area. Cocard is across the front of Andy Webster. Well, he may have taken a nudge, but for me, he should have done better there.
Well, up and away from Christophe Cocard. But still wait to get Gary Wales on. This might be their opportunity. He's put his tracksuit top back on. For the moment, Gary Wales. McKenna's had a busy old week, played at Celtic on Sunday, then went off to Egypt to play for Canada, and he arrived back this morning. I think the reason for the delay with the Hearts substitution is that they were checking that Andy Kirk was okay. He's given them the nod that he is, so it will be a Dan eventually who will go off, but not yet. Kilmarnock have a free kick. Calderon being told to go back a bit. And it comes from Calderon. Out it goes from McKenna. Kirk latches onto that, and this could be interesting for Hart. Cameron's made a magnificent run. If he can find him, but Dindeleux cut it out. It's not gone that far though. Severin now. Nothing doing with that, but was it deflected? No, it wasn't. Well, there's 2 games for you tomorrow. It's a lunchtime kick-off for Leeds United against Chelsea, and that's from 11:30 on Sky Sports 1 with interactive coverage available for Sky digital viewers on Sky Sports Extra. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank back at Ellen Road. I'm sure they'll give him a great welcome. Not. Also in Yorkshire, it's Barnsley against Bolton, hoping to catch Blackburn for an automatic Premiership place. That's from 5:55 on Sky Sports 1. And on Sunday, we've got a little game from Scotland as well. Rangers v Celtic. Quarter of an hour remaining at Rugby Park. Scoreline that is more favourable to Kilmarnock, 3 points ahead of Hearts. Coming in to this one. We had a bit of late drama, mind you, at Love Street, Paisley on Monday night. St Mirren met Dundee United. Maybe we haven't finished here yet. Stefan Adam helps that on. Boyack trying to get in. Covered by Hay.
Did well there to get himself round the back end. Otherwise, Boyack would have had a good chance there. Most of the action has been at the Hearts end of the ground area, as you see from that stat.
Attempts on target for Hearts, and they scored with it. Craig Levine signed a 2.5-year contract when he took over in December. McLaren sent in with a bit of pace on it. And ball claim against Austin McCann there by McLaren, the nearest man to him, but not by many others. MacPherson. Calderon. Sometimes they come off.
Goal of the season if it had come off. He's had a decent match though.
Now remember that substitution. It's finally going to happen. Stefan Adam makes way for Gary Wales. Two men who've had really frustrating, injury-wrecked seasons. Wales, who came to prominence in his time with Hamilton Accies, comes on. Murray gives it back to Cameron, whether it was his intention or not. On by Kirk, foul by McGowne on Gary Wales. So Wales' first contribution is to earn a free kick for Hearts. Boyack gives it to Grant Murray. How about a return? Well, why not? Here is Boyack. Touched out by Dindeleux. Murray's throw and Stephen Pressley. Oh, that's a little nudge by McLaren. Goal kick is given. Goal kick.
Story of two penalties for Stephen Pressley tonight, and he did well to step forward here. Well, I think that's a penalty. Bobby Williamson might not thank me for saying it, but however minimal the nudge is, it's certainly there. I don't really think there's any need for him to go down otherwise.
Pressley involved in the two penalty decisions in that particular box. Both went against him. Boyack. That's a neat one to Grant Murray. Not a bad cross either, although it was cleared. Dindeleux. Shaking off Cameron. Mitchell. Mahood. McLaren to his right. MacPherson out wide. It ends up with neither of them. Here's Boyack. Now Murray. 10 minutes remaining. Are we going to get a winner at Rugby Park tonight? Bobby Williamson will feel that his Kilmarnock side have done enough to earn the rather precious 3 points that are on offer. Craig Levine will at least still be in touch with Killie if they get a point here. 3 points behind them. They haven't really created that much. I mean, I don't think we've hardly mentioned Colin Meldrum's name tonight at the Kilmarnock goal.
Now, Kilmarnock have certainly been the more creative of the two sides, though, Ian. But I think Hearts have been quite happy to sit in tonight and hit them on the break. But Bobby, you know, whether to lose a late one here, it would be no consolation that they played well tonight. We're at a stage in the season now where results are far more important than performances.
Here's Innes. It's actually blocked by Severin, but Innes recovers. And here is Colin Meldrum. Calderon. Just held back then by Stephen Boyack. Well, that's going to be a yellow card as well.
Yeah, not before time. He's had a few fouls on Calderon tonight, Stephen Boyack. He's just pushing his luck. One's too far there.
So Boyack joins Stefan Adam in the book, but Adam no longer on the field. And it has probably been coming for Stephen Boyack. Dindeleux's free kick. Way by McKenna. Webster. McCann. It'll end up back with Antiniemi. Away by Innes. Kilmarnock and Hearts doing battle for a place in the UEFA Cup. I understand Hearts are considering bringing the ever lively Juanjo on for the closing stages. Dindeleux down for Mahood. Cocard. Mahood nearly got to it. Dindeleux, he's giving it straight back to Hearts. And Hearts are giving it straight back to Killie. MacPherson. And Mahood took it down really well, but he couldn't quite stop it then.
The first touch Zidane would have been proud of. Remarkable first touch from Alan Mahood. Second didn't do him any favours, but that is magnificent control.
Almost deserved more of a reward, really. Calderon. I think he went for the chip, but didn't really connect. Sure, I know him from somewhere. Ali McCoist could well be coming on for the closing stages too. McLaren digging in. Kirk, nice turn away from Dindeleux, but Mahood was on hand. It's retrieved by Freddie the Frenchman. Presley's header. Drops kindly for Gary Hay. McLaren. Here's McKenna. It's come off Dindeleux.
There's another start that shows you that Kilmarnock with the lion's share of the game in.
Stephen Boyack is going to go off to allow the Spaniard Juanjo to come on. Former Barcelona boy, played for the Catalan club when Bobby Robson was in charge of them. He gave him his chance in the first team, in fact. Juanjo on for Boyack. Sort of player who could nick it for you,
Yeah, I think Hearts have to try and win the game. I don't think a draw would please Craig Levein tonight, and they might just finish 4-3-3, just throw Juanjo up front, along with the other two. And Kilmarnock, I think, about to make a change as well.
Well, if Juanjo could nick one for Hearts, I suppose Ali McCoist could for Kilmarnock. Christophe Cocard is making way for Mr. McCoist. 38 years of age now, scored his first league goal for 2.5 years at home in the recent win over Dunfermline. Actually the last player to score a hat-trick in this fixture, McCoist. Might not have time to get one tonight though. McCoist is chasing this. He'll probably get to it in about half an hour. Mitchell. MacPherson. Out to McLaren. MacPherson trying to force the issue, but always looking likely to be blocked. Dindeleux read that one. Now there's going to be a card shown here to Gus MacPherson, I think. MacPherson's getting a yellow card.
Got to say, I've no idea why. He was following the play there, but I don't know whether it's something he said.
Well, MacPherson is yellow carded. I'd love to tell you why.
Handbags, Joe.
Rather large handbags as well. Well, another change has been made with Reilly coming on for Mahood. Like for like, really. Away by McGowne. Wenjo has lost out. Calderon giving Andy McLaren something to chase, but he looks quite a composed character given the Kenner. Although he's given it away there, typically. MacPherson rather wastes the chance of Kilmarnock getting another sniffer goal. At the moment, there's still going to be 3 points between them in the battle for Europe. Your man of the match tonight, David.
Well, I think once again Antiniemi has saved his best for the live matching, and the two terrific saves in the first half from McLaren and Calderon. Another terrific fingertip effort to deny Cocard as well, and I think he's a worthy Bank of Scotland man of the match tonight.
McKenna just playing it safe. Antiniemi has probably collected a few of those this season. He's been outstanding. By all accounts, did very well for Finland in midweek in Budapest. McLaren, Calderon. MacPherson. Kilmarnock looking to launch a late assault on the Emmys goal, but they're going to concede a free kick now, fouled by Innes. Hey. Mitchell, McLaren, he's got away. Cracking cross too, but Stephen Pressley met it. Just 1 minute of added on time. We're in it now.
The crowd urging Kilmarnock forward, but I really think the midfield really have to sit now, make sure they're goal side, because a draw here is a much better result for Kilmarnock than it is for Hearts.
Craig Levine hoping that his side can go on a bit of a smash and grab raid here. It would certainly be harsh on Kilmarnock if they were to lose this one right at the end, but football can be harsh like that. Cameron was stretching a little. Away by Innes. Here's Super Reilly. Calderon. Gary Hayes in a bit of space, and they found him. There's no time left though. It's all over, and it's all square between Bobby Williamson and Craig Levine. A better result for Bobby than for Craig, because Kilmarnock stay 3 points ahead of Hearts in the quest for a European spot. Andy Kirk gave Hearts the lead, but it was short-lived. Kevin McGowne with something special, and it needed to be, to beat the man of the match, Antiniemi. Christophe Cocard missed a penalty, in the first half, which Kilmarnock certainly had the better of. And Hearts stole away and took the lead. Boyak's cross turned in by Andy Kirk, but Kilmarnock rewarded for their efforts tonight with a fantastic free kick from Kevin McGowne. So Kilmarnock still hold the advantage in the race for a place in the UEFA Cup. It finishes at Rugby Park. Kilmarnock 1, Hearts 1.
Well, at Rugby Park tonight, wasn't the best of conditions, but it wasn't a bad game. 1-1, Kilmarnock and Hearts going for that UEFA Cup place, of course, but neither increased any advantage on the other tonight. 1-1 it finished. Just 3 bookings in that game tonight. MacPherson of Kilmarnock, Adam and Boyak of Hearts. Maybe Boyak the only one that deserved to be booked. Well, Kilmarnock just shaded it in the first half, but they couldn't gain any advantage by the break. And they went into overdrive in the second half, and maybe they should have won it, but it finished 1-1. Man of the match, Antti Niemi, the Hearts goalkeeper, and Killie's free kick specialist, Kevin McGowne, are with David Tanner.
Antti, congratulations, you're the Bank of Scotland man of the match. I bet you're happy with your performance, but are you happy with the result?
Not really. I think we should have won it today if we wanted to challenge to go into Europe, finish that fourth spot, but I think the Kilmarnock is also a little bit unhappy with the result. I think they were a little bit better than us today, and on the other hand, coming away and play against Kilmarnock, which is a very good team, have to be happy with the point, especially when they created more chances than us.
Colin Meldrum didn't have very much to do, did he, Kevin? So are you happy with the point?
No, not really. I think when we've got home advantage, really should be picking up the 3 points. It's a big game for us. We knew if we'd won, probably would have got into Europe. But the big man had a great game there, so we had plenty of chances, missed penalty, hit the post a couple of times, but that's how it goes.
It took something special to beat him. You provided that. Was that the best goal of your career?
Well, I would say it's up there, definitely. I don't score many, so it was probably my best goal.
What about the running now? You've got a pretty tough run in Dens Park, and of course a game against Rangers and Celtic. You're in pole position at the moment, but do you still feel as though you can get to Europe?
We still feel we've got a great chance. I mean, we are 3 points ahead of Hearts. They've got tough games as well. There's no easy games for the 2 years. So we've got to go to Dens Park next week and hopefully pick up the 3 points.
Antti, do you feel as though your chance is gone now?
No, I don't. I think, like you said, we both teams have to play a very tough games because there's only good teams left in this league. So I think we're both going to get some points and both going to drop some points. But no, we're not giving up yet.
It's going to go to the wire, isn't it, fellas? Thanks very much. Kevin, I'll let you do the presentation. The Bank of Scotland man of the match.
Cheers.
Okay. And if ever anyone deserved to be man of the match, surely it's Antti Niemi.
Yeah.
Charlie, we'll talk about the game in a minute, but what about Niemi? He is extraordinarily good right now. Do you think, I mean, Kirbishley's there tonight at that match.
Well, he was there.
Do you think he's watching? I mean, he was there before.
Yeah, he was there. He was there in the little trial period before when people were doubting when he was ready to leave Rangers, whether he was good enough to make the top level. But I think Jim Jeffries went in, sorted him out, come to Hearts, and it's been a wonderful move, not just for Antti Niemi, but also for Hearts. It's been probably the best signing in many years. He's been sensational this season. It's not been a great team performance from Hearts. They are improving. I think Craig Levine will get it improving again next year, but the goalkeeper has been extraordinary this season.
And as we've emphasised, the conditions didn't spoil it one bit, because beforehand
it helped.
It looked touch and go.
It definitely helped.
You think it helped, yeah?
Congratulations to Gusty Grounds when he was under major pressure when you see that he was watering this pitch. Bobby, everybody must have been a bit concerned about this pitch tonight. Great effort there from Calderon.
He looks good, Calderon, doesn't he?
Yeah, he looked a tidy player. But there's no doubt the conditions helped this game tonight. 2 teams who wanted to attack. Now, Kilmarnock, surprisingly enough, dominated in that area. Hearts did look good at times. Clever passing movement. Stefan Adam, for me, didn't look up. He played in a good area. Yes, he did do that. But I think a player with his quality should have done a little bit better. But I liked it. I thoroughly enjoyed the first half. I thought they played good passing, both of the teams. I have to say, I don't think this is a penalty. It is a reaction that is close to his arm. But I think it was definitely chest or top of the shoulder. See here, I think that the contact is made. If it does touch the arm, it's maybe just a touch after that initial first touch.
Should officials get that wrong? When it doesn't...
It should, I think they have to say that the referee, I mean, a bit of luck for Naomi on this occasion, I think justice was done.
Yeah.
Cocard's unlucky. I thought the referee was in such a bad position to call it a penalty, so probably the pressure was on the linesman to turn round and make the decision, and I take it was him who made the decision and gave the penalty, but I thought it was wrong. Bad error from Webster and the McLaren. Wonderful save yet again. If anything, what McLaren does is he puts it at a nice height for a goalkeeper. Anywhere else and it's probably a goal. You should try and keep it low, but you have to give the goalkeeper the compliment again there. McCann, you know, he tries to chest it, but he makes the error by missing it and letting it bounce. Gus MacPherson. It was a push from Cocard on McCann, very, very slightly, and we've seen one come in the second half for a penalty claim in Presley. It was just enough to put him off. And Gus MacPherson, I have to think that now that Bobby's playing this back three, that I prefer to see rather than the back five, they're caught in the counter-attack, but I think they prefer it. Kilmarnock look more comfortable with it. Have been solid 4-4-2. I think that's who Curbishley is there watching tonight. I think his reputation is now getting there. It's a good goal. It's the only shot they have in target tonight. He had very little service, and that is a very composed finish for that young man. I think the boy Gary Hay of Kilmarnock and the boy Andy Kirk, if he was watching anybody, it must have been one of those two, because they must have been impressed. I thought they both played very well, and this is a great free kick. Kevin McGowne, as the big man said there, I don't score many, but he tends to do spectacular free kicks. I think Bobby's got him taking most of the free kicks from round about the 25 to 30 yards area, because he does strike a lovely ball. Niemi, I think it's difficult, because I think the people in the wall didn't get their angles right. Doesn't catch it clean, Cocard. He had good opportunities tonight, but what can we say? Another wonder save from the goalkeeper. Presley clearly plays him on. I would have to think then that Kilmarnock must have been thinking, is it really going to be your night? Yeah. Because the keeper's having a sparkling game. Cocard comes into the back post, I think should have scored. It's a great cross from Calderon. Look at that, brilliant area right down that corridor. Naomi's already in behind his own goal line there. I think it should have been a goal. But chances came. I have to say Chris Innes does really, really well here, because Kirk's ready to pull the trigger and he gets back beautifully. You see here, he can't really get it away in time. Credit to Innes. I thought it was a very, very impressive 90 minutes. Kilmarnock were very impressive, deserved to win, but I did tell you it would be 1-1 tonight.
You did indeed. So it's as you were in the race for Europe. Kilmarnock remain 3 points better off than Hearts with 3 games to play. Now, there are 3 games tomorrow. Dundee United against Motherwell, Dunfermline against St Mirren and St Johnstone against Aberdeen, all in the bottom half of the table. The weekend's other 2 games in the top half take place on Sunday. They are Dundee against Hibs and the small matter of Rangers against Celtic. So 1-1 at Rugby Park. Kilmarnock manager Bobby Williamson is with David Tanner.
Bobby, do you feel as though you should have taken 3 points from that game?
Yeah, I do. I feel we had the better chances. Their goalkeeper did some very good saves and denied us on the night. That's what he's there for. But I expect our guys to take their chances when they come as clearly as that.
What about Anthony Emmy's performance? So I mean, he's at the top of his game, isn't he? You must perhaps offer him some praise for that.
No, why should I? No, he's done well, and he had to, because I felt we had good chances and he saved them. And it's disappointing from your point of view. Good for Hearts, but I'm not really concerned about Hearts at this moment in time.
Do you feel as though you've blown a chance to kill off Hearts tonight?
We've blown a big chance, but I don't think we'd have killed them off anyway. I said that before the game. But it would have been great if we could have got 3 points, and I think over the piece, if anybody was going to win it, it should have been us.
What about the running now? You've got a fairly tough running. Do you still feel as though you can get the points you need? Yeah, we've got a tough running. It's the same as Hearts, nearly. They've got Celtic, we've got... can't remember who we've got now, to be honest with you. Dundee, yeah, and we've got Dundee, Rangers, I think they've got Celtic, Hibs and Dundee also. So we've got the same kind of teams to play, and there will be tough matches, and hopefully we can get more points. I think it's going to go to the wire, isn't it? It always does with Kilmarnock's involved, unfortunately. Bobby, thanks. You're welcome.
Bobby Williamson there with David Tanner. He couldn't really remember who they've got up, who they're up against from now on in, but they've got both the old firm. Yeah. So that is going to be mightily tricky for them. But they have this advantage, so they're in the driving seat, aren't they? Yeah, they're in pole position at the moment. Sure, they're difficult games, but they might be hoping that Celtic have just relaxed that little touch, that they can take something from that. The other side of it, Rangers is always difficult, and Dundee will be difficult because they've had a few problems, obviously, with the Caniggia issue, and they've not really got themselves going since they made the surprising entry into the 6 at the last minute.
But I would think that, you know, looking at Hearts also, you know, I think they've got Hibs. I think they've got one of the old firm teams to go to, probably Rangers. And that is not easy. I think it's difficult for both. But I think if Kilmarnock go to Dundee and win this weekend, then I think it puts them in a real strong position, because I think Kilmarnock overall tonight, and overall in the campaign, Jim, nothing against Hearts. I think they're building it. It'll take them a little bit longer. But I think Kilmarnock have probably merited it.
But from what we've seen, what would either Kilmarnock or Hearts do in the UEFA Cup next season? Obviously, they hope to strengthen this season, but what would they do? What are they capable of?
Both have got financial restrictions. You know, we know about the problems that Bobby's always faced. It's always been an extremely tight budget, not, you know, a budget that you can get and say, I ever get £1 million or £2 million. He doesn't get anything like that. He's had them in 3 out of 4 of last campaigns. He's always made Europe. So, you know, I don't think you can expect anything from more from the teams, but getting there is such a reward for both teams. So I think Killie merit it, but don't be surprised if Hearts are still in there. You know, it was so typical of the way the game played tonight. I think both teams trying to pass, Kilmarnock more of a cutting edge. But you can see, I think Stefan Adam's reverse pass actually catches out the defender here. You can see that, Dindeleux, it goes inside him. It's a lovely weighted pass from Boyack. Tailor-made for strikers. But believe me, because a few have came my way in my career in the past, and they're difficult because you're waiting on a bobble happening. And it's a great free kick. I've said, you know, in the summing up of the game, he is a brilliant striker of the ball, Kevin McGowne, there is no doubt about that. You know, but I think it's not just the pace that you want to put on that, it's accuracy. He's confusing the goalkeeper, just under 54 miles per hour, touch short at 26 yards. The accuracy is the preferred option there, rather than the speed. You know,
he's had a good career, Kevin McGowne, hasn't he? Could he have done better, do you feel? He's been a steady pro.
Well, you know, I was always surprised when he was at St Johnstone that none of the big clubs, at the time I was at Celtic, I'd played against him, and always found him so awkward. You know, a good athlete, you know, good pass of the ball, good technique. And I think for a defender, I've always thought that he would have got further. But he's always been established now at Kilmarnock. You know, he had an injury problem last season, and he's got himself back this season after a few little injuries here and there. But, you know, a very composed defender, and I think, you know, he's always served you well. He gives you everything he has. I have been surprised he never made higher grade.
And because Killie have the advantage of 3 points, you still think they'll make the UEFA Cup spot?
I still think they can, because I do feel defensively in the formation that Bobby's now playing with his back three, I think it's more of an advantage for them to go and score goals, and I think they maybe just sneak it.
OK, Charlie, well, that's it for tonight. Oh, 1-1 at Rugby Park. Next stop for Charlie and me, Ibrox on Sunday. We'll see you then. From us, bye-bye.
Bye now.